Okay, hi. Let me get this show on the road. I thought for simplicity's sake I would just copy this to a new plan. I'll refer back to it. We'll go over to edit area, all floors, and draw a marquee around that with that tool active. Copy and open a new plan. Let's see, new plan. And then edit, paste, hold position. There it is. Okay, I'm going to turn the grid off. I never use the grid. Oh, this one came over with roofs. I guess the roofs are turned off in this plant over here. I didn't notice that. Then I'm going to check default settings and see what the settings, or make sure the settings are correct. That'd be floor, be my first trip. And you've got it set to 89 inches, so I'll set mine to 89 inches. This new one. Edit default settings. Otherwise, it'll default to, this. Okay, I think that's about it. Let me go back to the other plan. I'm hitting Control Tab to go back to the other plan. I'm going to check build roofs. You got it set to 6. I think that's about right. Just most of the roof planes seem to be 6. That's how I would set it up. Okay, we'll go over here to this plan. What is that? Terrain plane? Yeah, okay, it's terrain plane. All right. Let's set that to 6. Let's see, layers may be reversed. That's an interior wall, so it's probably not real important. But let's see. Looks like it's that wall and that wall. This basically means here that you've just been working on a plan. We'll just take that wall and flip it. I'm sure won't make much difference since it's an interior wall. Now I'm going to do an overview and just take a look and see what we have relative to what's supposed to be there. Okay. Yeah, a little cleanup to do. Not that bad. Not that bad at all in terms of auto roof generation. That's always going to be set on based on pre-settings. We'll try to improve on that a little bit. Now this ought to be this is what I'm going to look at. So this roof plane here is supposed to be 412. Everything else is 612. I'm assuming. So let's see. Need to go back. I need Control Tab to go between the open windows. Okay, so basically this main roof plane is just one roof plane and it's 612. And the auto roof generator, does stuff like this. And unless you tell it otherwise, it's going to create nothing but hip roofs. But you probably already know that. But basically, we want this rear roof plane to be one roof plane. I can't really see the back of this isometric, but that's what I would guess. That this is all one roof plane. So I'm going to delete. Wait a minute. I was going to delete this one, but I probably, yeah. I'm going to delete this. Okay. that action basically just turns off auto rebuild roofs. So I'm going to delete that little sliver there. These little pieces in here I'm going to leave. That one I'm going to get rid of. I think that's a wall. Yep. We'll leave that. This little sliver here, I'm just going to get rid of it. I'm not going to delete it because I might want to have portions of it later. But I'm just going to reduce that down a little bit for now and extend this bit all the way over. Now, there's a jog here that the auto roof builder put in there. I'm going to get rid of that by just dragging that break point and that line over to the main ridge and then drag that point to that end there. See the little snap indicator? That tells me that I'm right on the end. And we'll get rid of these little break points down here. We'll get rid of this roof plane here altogether. Don't need it. This little sliver, same sort of thing. We'll reduce that. Let it snap there to the apex of that ridge there. Get rid of that little edge. Whoops, not that one. I'm grabbing the wrong one because I'm zoomed out too much. Zoomed out too much. I need to grab that one and drag it over here. Okay, so this roof plane here, back to where I started from, I'm going to put a break point around this system here. Extend that. And extend this out over here. Use the break line tool to just reshape, generally reshape this. Oops, don't want that. Want to move, yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted. I'll clean the rest of that up in plan view. But basically I want to wrap around right here, which I've done, and in here, which I've kind of started to. I'm going to put another break over here. Yeah, kind of like that. Again, I'm going to clean up some of this out of parallel stuff in plan view, but I want you to see in a camera view, because it's easier to understand what I'm doing, some of this stuff. I hit the, click on this edge, hit the join roofs tool, and then join those up. We'll do this side, click on this side, join roofs, and then click on that one. By no means finished, but it's just preliminary cleanup. Select these edges and join them. Okay, whenever you get this message here, it just means I ask it to do something it's not really prepared to do. So I'm just going to move on to the next one. Okay, join that one. I'll have to take a look at this in plan view and see what's wrong. Now this main ridge, I'm going to do it next. Let's join the main ridge, and it joined because I did all the preliminary setup already. This end here, I'm going to extend it out over there, add a break around this gable roof here. Let's get it kind of close, then join roofs there. That's popping up because this is not overhanging properly, most likely. But that's the main mess around I'm going to do in this camera view. The rest, I'm going to clean this up in plan view. Yeah, you can see now it's obvious why those walls grew up, because I didn't cover them properly. Take that out there. Probably snapped into place. I never assume that the software reads my mind, so I'm going to use the parallel tool to make sure that it's parallel before I leave it. Click on that edge, parallel it out, and we'll snap these ends together. I'm not going to worry about the overhang. I'll let you worry about that when I send the plan back to you. You can check for the proper overhang all the way around. Okay, now here in the front, I'm going to hit Control Tab to go to the other plan. Now it looks like this roof plane here, you see it matches the fascia top of this gable over here. And I assume it's probably matching the fascia top of this roof plane here. So that's what I'm going to check up next. And oh yeah, I wanted to, okay, there's no gable there, so I'm going to get rid of this hip. So you've got that, it's coming straight out. I don't think that's going to happen unless you build the roof plane on this outer wall. Yeah, okay. It's a bit of a problem. I didn't notice that until just now. But in order for the roof to look like this, it would have to be built resting on this outer wall and not the inner wall. And you can see the software assumed that you meant to do this with the hip roofs and so forth. That's not real hard to fix, but I'm assuming that you can see the baseline of this little triangle right here is bearing out here, and that's the reason you've got these side hips and this roof plane here divorced from this one. Now I'm going to take you at your word and just delete these. I think this is a little bit better design, but that's not what you showed me that you want. I'm going to get rid of this jog here by just dragging it out. Now we'll take a look at that and see if that's, sorry, I need an overview camera, don't I? Yeah, I think that's more like your sketch. That's straight across there. All right. I'm going to consider that that's correct, because basically it's quite similar to this. But based on the material you sent me, that's as close as I can get. Now this is a no-brainer for me. I've done it 10,000 times. I'm not trying to belittle you. But I'll just open this dialog box and find out what the value is for the fascia top. It's 97 1/8. And then we'll click on this roof here and see what it is. And oh, it's not the same. We want it the same. So we'll put in 97. We'll leave the pitch 6 for now. But this will boost it up until it's all the fascia top matches. Something happened a little bit different than what I intended. That happens sometime when you put in values in the roof dialog box. And don't panic. I'm just going to hit Control-Z, which is undo. I don't care what that says or means. I'm just going to skip it. Okay. Now we'll go back and the step I left out was not placing the radio button in the pitch input box, and then we'll change this to 97 1/8, and it'll do what I intended. I did that wrong, and that's why it turned out wrong. Okay, that's more like it. See, now the fascia top of this roof plane, the little shed, is matching the gable here, and I think it's matching this one. Yeah, 97 1/8. That's a starting point. Now, the pitch of this roof plane is supposed to be 412. Let me check that, make sure I remember that correctly. Yeah, 412. Okay, so we'll just click on the roof plane, open its dialog, and I don't want the fascia top value to change, so I'm going to put the radio button there and change the pitch to 4. That way the pitch will have been changed, and the fascia top that matches the surrounding roof planes is saved. Obviously the ceiling needs to be reset in the porch, but that's something I'll leave for later. Now, there needs to be an extra line in this roof plane to match this edge right here. So I think I'm just going to manually just take that up roof and then click here and use the join roofs tools and just see what sort of result I get. Yeah, it's about what I expected. Now here, I'm going to manually fix that up. Let's see, where is that? It's over here. Yeah, I'm going to put a brake at this nexus here and just straighten it up. That's probably, yeah, I think you're using 18 inches for the overhang, so that's working out. Excuse me. Yeah, that looks better. Now, obviously the angle that's going to connect with this edge here is different from this edge because this is 412 and that's 612. So I'm going to click here on this roof plane, put a brake, basically takes this single line and makes it into two lines, and then I can join this edge back with this edge, and it'll find its own mating angle. That didn't work. Okay. Apparently the brake wasn't there like I thought it was. Okay, there's a brake there now. Oh, I see what's happening. There's another brake up here I didn't know about. I need to get rid of that. That was what I missed. Whenever the software screws up, it's usually something that you missed, and not something that a mistake that the software makes. The software doesn't make mistakes. It's mechanical. It just tries to do what you ask it to do. Okay. It looks like, I guess that's going up there. Okay. Now, where this 412 meets the 612, I'm going to put a brake in its edge along in there, inside the overhang. Yeah, along in there. We'll go up roof here. Yeah, I just drug it up roof. Now, I'm going to use the join roofs tool to join that into a ridge. Okay. I cleaned that up all right. Yeah, it came in just below this ridge, which is nice. Okay, now that's fairly clean. Well, just look around. Yeah, that looks okay. See, with manually built roofs, you just take it a step at a time. Like this wall here, I saw it earlier. I'm going to click on it, hit the next button, open the dialog box, go to the structure tab, and you can see you've been tinkering with it. So this default wall height, is unchecked. And by checking it and clicking OK, it should be chopped off by the roof planes like it ought to happen. And I got some manual editing to do there. That's not very clean looking. And also here and here. Nothing major. Now, you didn't send me a sketch of the back, so I'm assuming that that's correct. That little gable there. I'm just going to leave that for you to diddle with if you feel like you need to diddle with it. But the front of the house is pretty good, except for the porch height. So I'm just going to go to that dialog box and go over here and just click default. See if that doesn't help that out. Yeah, that pretty much handled that. And you can, now that the roofs are built with auto build roofs off, you can use these dialog boxes to alter this until you get exactly the look that you want. But I think that's fairly close. But it's not my project. What is that? Seems like a piece of furniture is sticking through the window. Yeah, there it is. Naughty, naughty. Don't put your furniture in the middle of a wall. Just let it bump into the wall. Yeah, that looks better. Now the stuff in the back. It's really pretty straightforward. I just kind of glossed by this, how this all ties in. And if you want this roof here lower than the main roof, then this is probably all right, except for, let me go back there. Look at this in plan view. You can see there's a little space here, and the way if you're going to leave the roofs down here as you have them, I would click on them and use the brake tool and put a brake there just outside the siding. and then we'll flatten this out and take this line here, go over there, and use the parallel perpendicular tool to straighten that up. And it'll end there on the outside of the siding and end along here. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Put a break there. Extend that out. And then this line is parallel to this wall, and this one is parallel to this wall. Like that. And that's not the only way to handle that. That's a way, and it's one that's indicates to me. I'm going to turn off the pitch indicators because they're kind of covering up things. There it is. The roof labels. There we go. A little bit. Oh, I just hit the save button for the first time. So we don't want to get not in Darren's folder. There you are. We'll just name it. I'll give it a name and a date. Today's 04/29/2014. Okay. Now, next door to this, I kind of just skipped it when I was worrying about the big roof planes, but here's the big one that goes across the whole thing, and it's probably going to be flat here, so I'm just going to put a break outside, right outside the siding there. We'll just snap it over there. I never use this dialogue. I always say don't show again during this session and no thank you, because the software is just a mechanical device and it doesn't really know anything. It's always kind of like a dog trying to help you, but it's rarely ever right because it's not smart enough to be right. Okay, so I just lined this edge up with this edge, and now we'll look. Obviously, you can see that these lines here don't line up, and they probably should. I'm going to pull that over a little bit and get them a little closer to matching, and then use a join roughs tool and just see what it does. Okay, and this message just means that I've got a little more manual work to do to get it to go together. Probably what's going on here is this edge here we don't need. I'm going to make it into a triangular piece, and then try the join roofs again. That worked. Now it's a little funny looking right here, but you didn't do a picture of the back, so I'm not sure what it's supposed to look like. We've got this little triangular piece coming in here, and this one's coming at the same angle to match it. I'm just going to put a break there at where those two lines cross. I'm just guessing. I'm going to check it in the camera view, which I still have open, so I'm going to hit Control-Tab and go back to it. Okay, it's a little bit cleaner, but that's the edge I was just working on. It's still a little busted up. But you see how this folding under roof planes over here kind of works out. So I've still got a tiny little bit of a problem right here. That's just kind of weird. I think, let's see, what's the fascia top there? 97 1/8. What's the fascia top of this? Well, that's awfully close. I'm just going to jerk this over here and snap it to that end and see, then take a look at it. Yeah, this ridge cap that's coming down is not very clean. Just pull that over and see if that helps any. You know, it helped a little bit. I think what I'm inclined to do is click on this, add another break right there. So it creates this little line here that I'm going to try to connect to this little segment here. Okay, that appears to have worked, except it ends a little bit jagged out here. Let me just try to snap that together. We'll check it in the camera view. Okay, that's cleaner looking than it was. I'm fairly satisfied with this now as it is. And I think it's pretty darn close to what you intend. And I'm not smarter than you, but I've just had to do this numerous times over and over again. And so I just know what to do. I can look at it and say, well, okay, I need to do this, this, and this. And you learn manual roof editing a little bit at a time by doing it and learning the tools. Like if I want this roof plane to go straight up, I can open it with this transform replicate tool and move it straight up, straight down, left, right, up and down screen, and be very precise with that. I don't need to do that right now, but I mean, what happened to my roof plane? I hit Control Z to bring it back. I don't know why I didn't mean to delete it. There we go. But I think that's a product. I still got to put the terrain in and tweak that in and so forth. But that's based on what you originally asked. That seems to be it. Yeah. Okay. That little wall needs to go over some more. Yeah. I'll work on it intensively in plan and in overviews and then check it over. But there's a little bit of problem there. That looks like an interior wall. Yeah. Yeah, right there. That's an interior floor wall. I'm just going to overdraw part of it. Whoops. Okay, you don't have that tool turned on. I usually go to Edit Preferences, Architectural, and turn on Show Same Wall Type Handles. Then I can just click on a wall and grab this extra handle that's out here and overdraw walls of the same type. Line that up a little bit. There. Now we looked at in the overview, see now that's cleaned up. There's just an interior wall that had been drawn through to the outside. Yeah, I think that's about it. And anybody who watches this video, well, thank you for your kind attention. And I hope it helps not only BB Boy, but anyone else who has some difficulties with manual roof editing. Thank you.